Hi everyone, welcome to Module 7. I'm here to take you through the weekly schedule very quickly, and then I want to share a couple of the readings that I'm assigning this week, sort of to help you to see what online writing can look like. So if you are using a medium that's not an academic essay, I want to highlight a few things about websites and blogs that might change in your writing for Essay 3. And this is all dependent on the medium that you're choosing for your writing. So still worth your time to watch just so you can see some of those writing features. So some of the work this week, I would say the reading, not really the work, but some of the reading for Module 7 is repeated from last week. There was quite a bit of textbook stuff. So if you didn't get a chance to look through everything, you'll notice that I have put in bold-faced font the readings from last week that are repeated in Module 7. But I hope to have the grade book all the way caught up by Wednesday of this week, y'all. I did mention in my video before the weekend that I will be offline all the way on Thursday the 14th. I have a medical procedure that day, and I hope to be back online middle of the day on Friday. So just going to be resting from that procedure. And don't anticipate anything serious happening. It's just something that I have to do every once in a while. So you all see, I hope to have the gradebook caught up. If you didn't get to watch my before the weekend video for Module 6, it's on the information discussion board. There is a link in Module 7 to it. So these readings are repeated from last week, so if you need to review them, please do. A quick reminder to those of you who may be thinking about this, there are a few students in class, not very many of you are doing very well, but a few students in class who have fallen a little bit behind. So if you're watching this video, please remember that the withdrawal date for summer 2022 is July 25th. So you have, a week and a half to kind of get caught up. If you're a little bit behind or behind in a way that's causing an impact on your grade, maybe email me if you want to chat about things, but if you know you're pretty behind and won't get caught up, that withdrawal date is an important one to know so that you get a W instead of a failing grade or a grade that would lower your grade point average. Day 2, you all review Essay 3 instructions if you need to. These are the essays I'm going to review in just a few moments. This week is a workshop on Essay 3. We have 5 drafts being workshopped, so there are fewer readers per writer, but I will respond to all the drafts as well, either Friday afternoon or Saturday morning. So the writers will be posting their drafts on July 14th by noon, and then you have until Saturday, end of the day, to get your writer's drafts read and feedback posted. Some new readings in the textbook this week. There's a chapter on visual rhetoric that I want you to read through. We're not really applying visual rhetoric this week all the way, but I think it'll give you some insight into why you might want to use images that aren't just decorative, that add content information to your writing, or ask your readers to think critically about your topic in a way that maybe they haven't before. So check out that reading. You're doing a journal this week. I'd like you to look through Essay 1, Essay 2, and your midterm essay to see what kind of patterns are revealing themselves, both strengths and weaknesses. And I use that word weakness. It's a hard word to hear. What I put in your feedback sheets is a category where I say, think about these things to revise. But if you're noticing a pattern, either a strength or a weakness, it's good to know what those patterns are. So I'm asking you to reflect on those, and also asking you to think about how you want to challenge yourself in the last couple of assignments as well. If you didn't get to revise Essay 1 or Essay 2, the optional revision during Module 6, the grace period deadline is this week during Module 7, and that deadline is the 17th. And then some more repeated readings that I forgot to put in bold print, so I'm going to do that while I'm talking to you now. But I am asking you to go through chapters 8 through 12 and look at some of the example essays in there, especially in light of the fact that the essays I'm about to show you aren't academic, so there might be some more academic essays in there. If you feel like reading something that's more academic, please do that. But definitely always a good idea to read, because you all are feeding your brain with words, vocabulary, sentence structure, paragraph structure, all kinds of things. So reading is a good idea while you're working on an essay, even if it's a topic that's completely different from what you're writing about. And then you all review anything you need to about sources. Most of you are revealing some very high level expertise on using great sources. So I really don't have any concerns, but if you have any questions about source usage or research or anything like that, please check out those chapters 18 through 21. And then, so your goal, the end of the week, is essay 3. It is due Sunday the 17th. The grace period deadline is the 24th of July. And so let me go over to the browser that I have open. I just want to show you 3 pretty well-known blogs. For those of you thinking about putting your essay 3, and using air quotes essay 3, into a blog or a website, check these out. So the first one that I'll post for you to read, it's your choice whether you read it, is an essay that is more like a graphic essay. It reminds me of a graphic novel. So the topic is canceling student loan debt, and you're just going to kind of scroll through. You can look at it on your own time, of course, but you'll notice how source-based it is. There's so much research going on through these visuals, and so just wanted to show this to you in terms of the visual rhetoric that we're studying this week, that the points that this writer is making through this graphic presentation is impressive and teaches you a lot, and you're still reading and then thinking about the visuals at the same time. So check this one out if you're interested. The Audacity is a blog that is hosted, not really the right word, but is kind of put together by a writer named Roxane Gay. And there are different writers who post all kinds of different blog articles on here, but I wanted to show one that had more of a visual nature to it, and so this is one of the options for this week. So blogs, if you're going to try to mimic it in a Word document, you notice that there's some visual stuff going on with titles, the font larger here, smaller here, different colors. There's an image of the writer, name, even a little biography about the writer. So there's some different things you could try to do if you wanted to mimic a blog. Let me show you another one that's pretty well known. It's called Medium, actually. The name of the blog is Medium. And I'm going to ask you to look at an essay about procrastination, just because we all do it, every single one of us, and I thought this was a pretty nice essay. Again, notice the way that the blog looks. Image of the writer, date that it's published. Some blogs have an audio file attached to it so you can listen instead of read. Again, look at the difference in the titles. There's even a subtitle here. There's an image right at the top to grab readers' attention. And then, I was kind of pointing this out before the weekend, but you'll notice some varying sizes and paragraphs. There's a pull-out quote here. So if there's something really important that you want readers to pay attention to, you can use a pull-out quote in this way. With the font much larger than the font of the essay, to grab readers' attention, kind of the same way that the image does, but through the text. There are links within the article. So, I've asked you in essay 3 to go ahead and continue to practice using in-text citations, but you can do some hyperlinks to sources the way that blog writers do if you're going to do something other than an academic essay. So that's also a very cool feature of a blog. Just kind of going through, there's some quotations from sources. This looks sort of like it could have come from an article, or even an email interview, or even a phone conversation. So sources are being used. Here's another pull-out quote here. Looks like there are some steps. So step 1, step 2. So kind of pointing out the steps because bulleted lists are quite common in blogs. I think I said that in the previous video, but just want to kind of look through some of the features of these blog articles. So if you haven't read a blog article on Medium, you might check it out, but this will be one of the essays that I post for Module 7. And then another one I wanted to show you is called Substack. If you all would look up here where the URL is, this one is called Substack. The Audacity, I believe, is also through Substack, not Medium. So Substack is sort of like a blog, sort of like a Medium, sort of like a blog, sort of like a newsletter is what I was trying to say. It's pretty late on Sunday night, so my mouth isn't working the way I want it to. But I happen to follow this writer. His name is Brandon. I don't think he uses his last name on his Twitter feed, and nor does he use his last name here. You see, it's just Brandon. But I saw this essay on Twitter that he had posted it, and he's doing a review of a Jane Austen movie, Persuasion, that was made in 2022. And so I started reading through it, and it's quite long, but interesting to me because I like reviews. I like analysis of movies and analysis of television shows. And so I started reading through it. And so I also thought I would just show you Substack. It's something else that writers use and post. So you can see if I want to go into the essay, I would click here. And again, there's an image at the top that's quite lovely, but, you know, connected to the topic as well. And this one is written more like an academic essay with longer paragraphs, a couple of short paragraphs here and there. No other feature to kind of point out here except where there are single lines, probably trying to connect large pieces of text, you know, these large paragraphs. This question here is probably more transition-like. Just scrolling through to see if there's anything else to point out to you here about this kind of writing. This is a really long one. I really enjoyed the beginning parts. I didn't finish it yet. Substack is probably a little bit more on the informal side. Allows the writers to, like blogs do sometimes, but I think Substack is even more informal and allows the writers' voices to come through. You know, he's signed his blog article with a lowercase b, so you can kind of see how informal it is. His Substack account, he's named it Sweater Weather, you know, so just wanted to show this one to you. And there'll be 2 other essays that were published in magazines or periodicals this week that aren't blog related. So just wanted to show these 2 very quickly, just to help you to see, again, some of the features here. And so last couple of thoughts. If you all want to have any conversations about your essay 3, please check the Module 7 and Module 8 check-in meeting sign-up sheet and get signed up for a meeting early in the week, especially since I'll be offline on Thursday and Friday. And then I look forward to reading your proposals. I noticed no one posted anything before I logged off on Friday, so that'll be the first thing that I work on Monday, is to look at your proposals and start getting you some feedback on those. And, you know, let me know if you have any questions about your essay 3, and I look forward to seeing what you create and write. Talk to you later.